What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Haley Cairo if you guys are new, and if you are a returning subscriber, I am so glad you are back for another video. If you have not hit the subscribe button already, now is your chance, and you guys can also follow along on social media so that way you never miss a video. Today I am so excited because it is a collaboration video with the beautiful Hannah Ashton here on YouTube. I will have Hannah's website down below. It's just hannahashton.com. You guys can check out her YouTube coaching, her weekly blog posts, and her amazing podcast. So I found Hannah's channel over a year ago, and I was immediately impressed not only by her content, but just how young she is and for everything that she's already doing. She's got an amazing, bold faith, and I just adore her. So definitely check out her channel. Being that we are both obsessed with productivity and planning, Hannah thought it would be a great idea to do a how to keep your New Year's resolutions going after January, which is such a perfect idea. So we're going to share with you guys 5 things on how you can continue to achieve your goals, keep the motivation high. So let's get into it. The first thing that you need to do is start self-monitoring. And this is like huge. This is like number 1 for me. Without self-monitoring, you're not checking in with yourself, which means how do you know where you're going? A couple ways that I self-monitor are through my planners, my journals, keeping track of the things that I'm trying to achieve. So for example, I'm currently working with Paul Ravella, who is my nutrition and training coach, and I check in with him on a weekly basis. I go over my training, my macros, my weight fluctuations, my mood, my sleep, anything that could be data that is used to help me get better. I also keep track of my own progress in journals. You guys know I have a wellness journal. I track different things in my finances because I have a lot of finance goals this year. So anything that you guys can go back, correlate some data so that way you can see the progression. It doesn't always have to be linear. Progress is not linear, but just so that you can see the peaks and valleys is huge. And with that, self-monitoring, accountability is a huge factor. Like I said, I have a nutrition coach. I also have a business coach. I also talk to Kyle a lot about my goals, and we kind of bounce ideas off of each other just to keep each other going, get a different perspective. And make sure that you understand your why. If your goals don't have reason to it, they don't have a backbone, you're probably not going to want to keep them a longevity thing. They're going to be things that slip away a lot easier. So make sure that your why for achieving these goals is there. I always say that your purpose is bigger than your passion, so keep that in mind. The second thing is visual cues. This is something that I failed at last year. I had all of my resolutions and my goals written in the front of my planner, and if I didn't look at it, then I really wasn't seeing it. That makes sense, right? So this year I made a vision board. I had a video with Alexis Giostra. You guys can see that one. Having things that are going to inspire you and be daily reminders is huge. I also started writing my goals every single day. I know that sounds crazy and like a lot, but it has made such a big difference because it's stimulating myself to always be thinking of them and be super conscious. The third tip, and it's similar to having visual cues, is alerts. I need to be reminded. Sometimes just writing down to-do lists or places or whatever in my planner isn't enough, and I need somebody to remind me. You can obviously do this through your cell phone, through alarms and alerts. It's very helpful. For me, I do it for just about everything. So by the time I wake up in the morning, which I usually have an alarm, to when I need to do my power hour, my meditating, whatever it is, I have alarms for everything. I also use alert cues for specific days and certain goals that I want to accomplish. For example, on Thursdays, I have made it a priority to take a yoga class. This has been a goal of mine for like 5 years to do weekly yoga, and I can never stick to it because I'm never consciously reminding myself of it. So it's called if and thens. So if blank, then blank. So for example, if it's Wednesday night, then I'm gonna set aside my clothes and my yoga mat for Thursday's yoga class. You could do it for whatever you need to. Like, let's say you have a test every Monday. If it's Sunday, I need to be prepared for Monday. So whatever it is in your life that you need to have daily reminders of, do the if and then tactic. The fourth thing is something that I think a lot of people fall under this category. They try to have way too many goals at one time, and they're scattered, they're stretching themselves thin, and they can't stick to any of them because they're constantly thinking about all of them. So if there's one thing that you guys can kind of start with that is really important to you that you know can help you in other areas and other goals, go with that one first. Start small, pick one goal and break it down into different habits and things that you need to do, and focus on those specific things individually. Start with one thing, change one variable always. The last and final tip is cue and reward. Being as specific as you can about your goals is going to give you a better roadmap, a better plan to actually achieving them. And then another thing that I didn't do last year was actually figure out what I receive, what my reward is for achieving that goal. It gives you a bigger purpose, it helps complete the why, and it just gives you a full picture about how you're achieving your goal and what you're getting when you're done. You're basically reverse engineering your goal. So for example, for me, let's say that I have a goal of making X amount of money or saving X amount of money. How will I feel when that is achieved? I actually wrote this down in my resolutions this year. How will I feel when I achieve that goal? What will I be able to do when I achieve that goal? And what is the bigger picture? What is that really getting me towards? So if you can figure out what the end result is, it'll help you figure out how to get there. So for example, your cue and reward is being really specific with how you're achieving it. What part of your week are you setting aside for it? Write it in your planner, the time, the place, what exactly you're doing, and what you get if you achieve it. So those were the 5 things I will be doing to keep my goals going this year, and now I'm also gonna go watch Hannah's video because I'm sure I'm gonna wanna implement her tips as well. But as always, I hope you guys like these videos. If you want more productivity, girl boss, habit style videos, give this one a thumbs up because this is the kind of content that I like filming and I wanna make sure you guys like it. But as always, I hope you're doing well. Don't forget to subscribe and follow along on our social medias. I'll have Hannah's down below as well. But as always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.